Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. And joining us now courtside, the man who won 3 consecutive NBA titles, the incomparable Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq, it is so great to be with you.
Kevin, it's great to be here. I just always wanted to tell you this. When I was playing, I just used to love when you used to say my name. So thank you for all the great times when you said my name.
That is
Appreciate you very much. This guy next to you, I used to hate playing against him. All he did was try to come down and double team on the trap.
With Greg?
Yeah, Greg, just always. But other than that, I love being here with you guys. You know what? Ernie and Kenny are so jealous of me right now.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. Dunn and Levine are the guard set. And it's Carter in at the 5. Home in the paint. And for Los Angeles, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Davis is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. And here is Los Angeles now after the Bulls pick up 2. Back to Green. The pass to McGee. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's James, and James throws it down.
Gotta love the show of authority. James loves getting the chance to hammer it down.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Jack, you were such a prolific scorer back in the day. Right now, if you needed just one bucket to seal a game, win a game, who would you want taking that shot?
Well, that has to be my favorite player, Steph Curry. If he's on the injured list, I have to play James Harden. Younger Steph Curry beat Trae Young. Luka Doncic is right after Trae Young. Russell Westbrook is pretty good. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Mr. Kevin Durant.
I was just
I'm
about
sorry,
to say,
Mr. Kevin Durant. I apologize.
Lakers shooting their first foul shot of the night. Free throw good, LeBron.
Now, even in the later stages of his career, Kevin, James is just focused on one thing. That's winning as many championships as he can.
Markkanen trying to break loose. Chalk up 2 there. Dunn's got 6 points. Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. On the wing, Green. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Yeah, you know, we all think of Green as a shooter, and he is. But he's capable of more than that. He scores in other ways, too. Sneaky athleticism.
Now, here's Dunn. He has 6. Outside, Levine. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the 3-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
And he nails the 3rd.
He was the 13th pick in the 2014 NBA draft, and Levine's developed into a really high-quality player at the NBA level, and I think he's just scratching the surface.
Rondo passes to McGee. Levine against Green. Just 5 to shoot. James kicks to Rondo. Over Porter. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. LeBron's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Levine with it. He feeds it to Markkanen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Davis.
Really good to see Markkanen be aggressive inside. He's excellent at drawing the attention of the defense and then forcing them to foul him.
And Shaq, you were the winner of 4 NBA titles. If you had to choose the one that meant the most, which one would it be?
I would say my first one with the Lakers was special. No, capping out the 3-peat. Also with the Lakers was good. No, winning in Miami.
Really?
Winning
that
in
was
Miami.
it.
Because I got traded, and you guys, well, not Kevin, but you, Greg, you were counting me out. Oh, Shaq's going to get to Miami and do more rap videos. And we all know Shaq doesn't like to come in shape. He's not going to be in shape. But, you know, they put me through that rigorous program, and with the great D-Wade, was able to win one in Miami.
Here's Levine following the basket by Anthony Davis. Back to Dunn, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Levine can't hit. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. And it's sent back by Carter.
How about the anticipation from Carter Jr.? Has a strong sense for when to go after that block shot.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lady.
And James throws it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Now here's Levine. Here's Porter, and Davis sends it back.
At the defensive end, few big men can cover as much territory as Davis.
McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Bulls trail by 6. Shaq, something that may not get enough attention. Over nearly 2 decades of play, you made the postseason almost every year. To me, that's an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, I was in the playoffs 17 out of 19 years. Only missed one my rookie year and one with the Suns. You know what that means? I was a terrible big man. How could I miss any playoffs?
That is some kind of resume.
Why?
Here's Levine after the basket by Los Angeles. On the wing, James, guarded by Porter, and he gets it to go. James has got 13.
Sure, there's a little contact, but James responds by getting assertive, and he finds his finish.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. This is the first meeting they'll have against LeBron and the Lakers, and Coach thinks his team is properly prepared. He told me this is a milestone game for our team. We want to be able to go head-to-head with the Lakers and see how we fare. We're going to learn a lot from this meeting. Win or lose, Coach is excited to test his team against LeBron and company. Guys?
Thank you, David. Porter with the steal. LeBron with the block.
Great display of timing and awareness. LeBron is still an elite defender when he's focused.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Danny Green. Chicago also making some changes. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen, and it's White in for Chris Dunn. Caldwell Pope outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This is as good as it gets for first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Levine. Lays it up off the glass. 5 points in the game. Shaq, when you played, you had an incredible presence in the media. Shaq, if you had social media back then, what might have been different?
Well, for me, I would have loved to have a direct communication with the fans. No misquotes. Big Aristotle's been misquoted a lot. I don't think they understand my genius. See, to me, E equals MC squared. You know that. Anyway, I admit I could have been a distraction that time, but hey, who cares?
Here's White, following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's White missing.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Porter against LeBron. Young left side, 6 to shoot. Here's White. A rebound by the Lakers. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
Here's White, following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Levine wide open, and the Bulls with another miss.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man, boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Davis, and it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo. The Bulls also changing it up. Valentine's checked in for Otto Porter Jr., and Satoransky's subbed in for Zach LaVine. Good! Talking about how awards are determined, people claim there's a level of voter fatigue, so many things to vote for, without much meaning. If there's something you could change, Shaq, about the process of all that voting, what would it be?
I think I would probably have the players. The players should have a little bit more say in who wins the awards. And I think you give voice to people who have actually stepped on the court. You know, we have a lot of legends that played the court. I think we should, create this thing of ours. And you would definitely be included because me and you have been around since 1989. It's also the first year I met Ernie Johnson.
No kidding, yeah.
It just hit me. Oh, it just hit me.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
Yeah, I agree. Not a lot of activity chasing down their misses. Some teams focus on getting back. I understand that. But you should send at least one guy after those.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Now, here's Valentine. Young trying to break free, and Carter with the basket on the assist by Valentine.
And this is what you love about Carter. Sets great picks, and he's a monster rolling toward the cup.
Pass to Kuzma. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now, here's Valentine. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Satoransky finds Carter. Valentine with it, working on James.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their defense has been active and effective. And recently, we chatted with Zach LaVine about the team, and he pointed out what he sees.
We should have energy, and we should be out playing the other team like that.
Greg trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. Young and Carter are the big men inside. White is out there with Thomas Satoransky. And it's Valentine in at the small forward. Here's Young. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And a late first-round pick back in 2017. Kyle Kuzma making an immediate impact with his scoring. Shaq, why did he fly under the radar at Utah?
I think often scorers have more freedom in the pros. The Lakers have definitely needed his offense, and he's been a little up and down, but when they need him, he's always there. And best believe he's always going to be aggressive.
It's a good list. High arcing shot. The shot by Satoransky, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David. That one a little long. And so White will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Chris Dunn's checked in for the Bulls.
You know, some folks were saying Kuzma wouldn't even get drafted a few years ago. That's why this draft stuff is more art than science sometimes, but he has proven his doubters wrong very quickly.
Down low, stolen by Markkanen. Pass to Satoransky. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope to end the run. But they'll get another chance. Dunn outside. The 3. Here's Young. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. Los Angeles leading by 23. To the middle, Kuzma. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Kuzma's got 10 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Chicago calls timeout. Shaq, we all know it would happen for you. First ballot Hall of Famer. What's it been like joining that incredible group, that historic company?
Well, I just say I'm both proud and humble, and it's something I couldn't have imagined growing up. And I can remember my first taste of confidence was a guy named Kevin Harlan. I was in Kansas City at the McDonald's All-American game. Nobody really knew who the kid from Texas was. I said, I got to make a name for myself. I took it coast to coast and threw it down. And then I looked at you and you were going crazy. I didn't know what you were saying, but then when I got home, my dad had recorded on VHS in that lovely voice, Shaquille O'Neal taking it. I was like, man, I love that voice. And here we are again. I don't know how many years that is. I don't want to show our age.
It's a long time, isn't it? Yes.
I'm here because of you. Thank you.
I remember it. Galloping O'Neal down the court.
Yes.
And Satoransky wide open. He fires. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Satoransky's got his second bucket of the night. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Passes it to Kuzma. That one's not going to go. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Here's Satoransky from outside off the mark. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-3 run right now. Davis, the pass to Caruso. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Howard, that's good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Dunn. He has 6. Over Green, and Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Valentine with it, picked up by Kuzma, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. And they always say great offense beats great defense, but let's give those elite defenders their due. Shaq, who stands out as the best defensive players in your mind in the league right now?
Well, I got 3 names. First, since I'm a big guy, let's go with the big guys. Rudy Gobert, a.k.a. the Stifle Tower. See, that's his bread and butter. You talk about defense. Then you got to go to, that's the Claw, Kawhi Leonard. Always going to be on that list. And I got to throw in Jimmy Butler. He never backs down from anyone.
Can you make that noise one more time? Is that like a bird or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? You have the job. I like that.
Green kicks to Kuzma. The tray. But they get it back. Caruso looking for an opening. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Dunn shot's good.
Dunn so good with the floater. He puts just the right amount of touch and art on these shots.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Alex Caruso. And a change for the Bulls. Carter, he's checked in for Markkanen. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Davis.
Slick move that time by Levine. Does a nice job selling the foul, and he's an excellent free throw shooter.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. LA's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Rondo passes to Green. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, they call him Dancing Danny Green, and you can see why. Excellent offensive instincts there.
On the wing, Levine.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Davis kicks to Kuzma. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. Two free throws coming up.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Kobe White, he's checked in for Young. And both free throws good for Kuzma. Chicago's gotten into trouble with the three ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Dunn, and Dunn with the slam.
Oh, and Dunn is an animalistic dunker, slamming it home with some major force.
White against Green. McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
And being 6'8", dunking, not an issue for Porter. All he needs is good position, and he's good to go.
Here's Rondo. Carter pulls it in. Bulls shooting a cool 28% in the second quarter. Here's White. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Taking high percentage shots has been this group's specialty. On your screen now are this month's field goal percentage leaders. Number 1, JaVale McGee. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, a rock solid 79%.
Chicago making a switch here. Cornet's checked in.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Here's Davis. Makes it off the glass. Davis has got 9 points now in the quarter.
You know, that's the type of basketball I like, Mr. Kevin James Harlan. That's just bully ball right there. Davis getting nasty on the inside.
Here's Levine, and Levine throws it down.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And we want to thank the Big Aristotle for joining us here. Dropping knowledge as always. I'm telling you what, Shaq, you make our broadcast better.
I want to say I appreciate that, Kevin, especially coming from you anytime, any place. You know where I am, brother. Just call me if you need me.
Are you going to be performing any ballet, the big Baryshnikov? Have we given that up?
Nah, my toes are not feeling too well.
And Clark, it hasn't taken Shaq much time, has it, to go from being a superstar on the court to a force with our broadcast here courtside.
Well, I tell you what, Shaq's one of those guys who just hits the ground running. He's a phenomenon in terms of personality, branding, business, excellence at every level. He was an all-star starter as a rookie. That talks about his ability to get going fast. So he adapted to the broadcast booth just the same way.
Well, Chicago has gotten into trouble with the three ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Porter. Here's Cornet. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunity to score.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The pass to Davis. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Here's Levine. And James pulls it down. LeBron's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Rondo. Davis controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, Davis, one of the hardest working and best rebounders in the NBA, showing you great effort that time.
And Levine puts up a deep 3. And so it's the Los Angeles. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is Bedlam here. The hometown crowd love it. And now kicked back to the studio set after his brief tryout alongside. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by James.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. And it's McGee in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind and the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I picked bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
He dishes it to Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
Well, one thing you like there is the extra pass. Evidence that the game is starting to slow down for Dunn.
Lakers leading by 23, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, good to hear from you. Now, Zach LaVine has become a star, but he knows there's still work to be done. He said, I'm stepping into a leadership role, asking more of myself and giving more each year. You've got to look at your faults. I have to continue to improve my defense. I want to help us make the playoffs. My next step as a player is winning. Guys, back to you.
Great attitude. David, thank you. Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo. The Bulls have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
In the 7th pick of the 2018 draft, Carter Jr.'s potential is enticing. A bruising big man with a bright future ahead of him.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And it's good for 2. Caruso's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
And last season, we got to see what an effective playmaker LeBron James can be. The assist numbers through the roof, career high for him at the age of 35.
Absolutely remarkable. And Greg, when I first saw him in high school in northeastern Ohio, I thought his passing was his greatest attribute, and that was after just seeing him play one time. And he's shown that throughout his career. Took on full ball handling responsibilities with the Lakers last year and showed you what he can do. He is a gifted passer and an extremely versatile player.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Young's checked in for the Bulls. Satoransky comes in for Chris Dunn. The Bulls have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And the shot is good. And the Lakers lead by 19.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Young, no good. Lakers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. LeBron drives in.
And, you know, this is where James is most dangerous, attacking and looking to tear into that defense.
Bulls trail by 21. Now, Satoransky. 7 points in the game. Kicks it out to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Markkanen's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Lakers leading by 18. LeBron outside. Tipped away. And stolen by Valentine. Here's Levine. Oh, my goodness!
Oh, yeah.
What a play!
And you see why Levine's been a hard, tough out in the slam dunk contest. Has a natural ability to entertain the audience, and that bounce and athleticism certainly doesn't hurt either.
They get it back. Howard. Right side Davis. Over Markkanen. Here's Howard. He doesn't hit that one. Good defensive work there by Young. Here's Levine. Rebound the Lakers. Howard's got 11 rebounds in the game. Young with the steal. And here we go. Levine heading to the hoop. And the jam by Levine.
Boy, that whole sequence just sums up some of the best parts of Young's game. I mean, that steal ignited that sequence.
And the Lakers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for James. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Green. Oh, and the dunk by Young.
Boy, a terrific find. Levine plays mostly the 2, but he came into the league as a point guard.
Kuzma inside. Bulls trail by 14. Here's Satoransky, and he banks in the layup. Satoransky's got 9.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
You might as well just get out of the way when Howard has some speed behind him. A vicious dunk.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting 43% for the game. And Levine, here we go. Valentine wide open, he fires. And the 3 off target.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now, here's Satoransky. Guarded closely. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. So for the Bulls. Porter comes in for Markkanen, and it's wide in for Valentine. Now here's White. A step-back shot here. They get it back. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Trying to get open is Davis. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Caldwell-Pope.
Boy, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that high.
Here's Levine. That one off the back iron and out. Lakers leading by 18. Davis, the pass to Howard. Here's Caruso, guarded by Levine. Out to Kuzma. Fires for 3. Kept alive. Davis on the follow. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Well, you got to put a body on Davis when he goes up in the air, because if you don't, it's too late. You'll be Instagram.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Alex Caruso. And a change for the Bulls. Carter's checked in. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Lakers?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Chris Dunn's checked in for the Bulls.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
The shot's good from McGee.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Dunn. Dunn trying to break free. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Yeah, Chris Dunn, a part of that Zach LaVine trade a few years ago. You know, GA, what's interesting about Dunn is he actually played a lot of small forward last season.
How about that? Drafted 5th overall back in 2016 as a point guard. He's only about 6'3", but very strong and has long arms and plays with great toughness. Just another example of how small ball is affecting every front court position.
Lakers leading by 18. Rondo kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Kuzma passes to Caldwell-Pope.
And although it seems like KCP will never be a huge factor on offense, he can still give you valuable points and also that spacing he can provide out on the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and it's a valuable tool kit that he has because he can provide some playmaking and shot making and spacing of the floor. And he's also become more efficient as an offensive player. But he does know and recognize that his strength is at the defensive end, his athleticism, mobility, and versatility. And offense is tertiary to his contributions. Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's James. Here's Kuzma. And it's sent back by Carter. And he's able to get it back. LeBron outside. With 1 on the clock. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Taking a look at the Bulls, and small forward and power forward, Porter and Young. White is out there with Chris Dunn, and it's Carter in at the 5 spot. Carter right side. White wide open. He fires, but they recover it. Rebound by JaVale McGee. Lakers leading by 20. Here's James, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Brady, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, When I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
And with the size Dunn possesses, it allows him to see the floor really well. So good at setting his guys up for quality shots as a result.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. That shot off. Good defensive work there by Young. Bulls trail by 20. Here's White. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Here's Cook. Misses the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Moves back up. And no good on the shot. Trying to follow through after the contact, but he'll shoot 2 at the line instead.
Well, you see the fantastic size for a point. Dunn going 6'4", 220. Not easy to contest inside.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chicago. Lakers leading by 18. To the paint. Carter comes in with the double team. LeBron against White. James kicks to Cook. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
And White slams it in.
And at 6'5", White more than capable athletically, like the aggressiveness there.
And the Lakers call time here.
The thing that really separates White is the quickness. Whether it's with the ball in his hands or running off screens, he's very difficult to stay connected to defensively.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Green comes in for Caldwell Pope. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Quinn Cook. Valentine's checked in for the Bulls.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And last year, Greg, we saw White get more comfortable in the offense as the season went on.
More scorer than a playmaker at this point. Drafted 7th overall because he has the potential to do both. If he can add strength and cut back on the turnovers, he's going to be a very good player for a long time.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Rondo on top. Dunn covering. Rondo kicks to LeBron. Over White. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And here comes White, leading the fast break. The 3 from Valentine. The Lakers with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the dunk by James.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. But right there, James simply overpowered it.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. It's White on the wing. Guarded by Green. Stolen by McGee. The drive by James. And the basket is good. And he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Par for the course for James. He forces his man to overcommit, gets the bucket, and draws the foul.
Levine's checked in for Dunn.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half. And that's taking care of business, fellas.
And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Here's Carter. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Green passes to McGee. Back to Green. Kicks it out to James. Gets the bucket and the foul. White. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And James no good on that one. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Here's Rondo. Here's Davis. Kicks it out to James. Dishes to McGee. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rondo. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Tries again. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Alex Caruso comes in for James. Waiters, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Avery Bradley in for Rajon Rondo. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Lauri Markkanen comes in for Daniel Gafford. Porter's checked in for Chandler Hutchison. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for Morris. James comes in for Alex Caruso. Danny Green, he's checked in for Waiters. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley. And LaVine with the slam.
Well, we've gotten used to seeing this from LaVine, guys. He's a terrific scorer who I think continues to expand his game.
Green draws the double. Kicks it to Howard. Inside. And the dunk by James.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Satoransky, the pass to LaVine. Rebounded by the Lakers. Rondo's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's LeBron with the drive.
You know, Rondo's highest priority is to get his teammates open shots every trip. I mean, that's what makes him go and endears him to his teammates.
Rondo against Satoransky. The rebound by the Lakers. And here's Rondo. And Davis can't get it to go. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. LaVine inside the three-point line. And the Bulls with another miss. Rondo passes to Davis. Rondo dishes to James. And it's good. 2 points. LeBron's got 35.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's LaVine, the offensive rebound. Markkanen. Pass to Satoransky from past the arc. Poked away. Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Carter. Daniel Gafford comes in for Markkanen. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Harrison in for LaVine. And he makes that one. LeBron with it. Greg, you played against some terrific players, including the late, great Kobe Bryant. I'd love to hear your thoughts on playing against Kobe.
I mean, his passing is still tough, I'm sure, for many to deal with because he was just taken from us at such a young age. But this guy was a ferocious competitor and someone who showed us in life and in tragedy that you need to make the most of every moment that we have here. You know, I just appreciated to really the fans getting to know Kobe once his career was over, because I think he was able to let his guard down a little bit and show us a lighter side, a more compassionate side.
That is an excellent point. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, I still think Rondo is a great role player in the league. He knows he's out there to distribute the ball and provide leadership on the floor, and he does both really well.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Morris comes in for Davis. Waiters, he's checked in for Green. And Bradley's subbed in for James.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Cook's checked in. Waiters outside. Morris inside. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Harrison passes to Cornette. With the teardrop, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. On the wing, Morris. Bradley deciding where to go with it. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to